And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Ready, set. 2 by 22. I'm trying to collect. Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, get it.
He'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. Johnson, the intended target. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Throwing to start the drive. Costello. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, Orbit. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Here we go. Shoot.
They'll look to throw here. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Even. 4 down. Even. Go. I got motion. Mike, Delta. I'm coming after you. Mike,
They'll look to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Gordon. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
61, matchbox, light.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
Hey, Charlie. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. You don't want Pilot, 64, weak. Snap.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And down inside the 15 he goes. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Down. 10 Lobo.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Get it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Brown 16-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Greystone Travis.
22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
I smell fear in that offense.
Hey, Haywood. 22, I'm coming. Mike 22, he's coming. 22.
They'll set up to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Now back to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try.
30-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Browns take over.
Let's go,
first and
baby.
10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Here we go.
Regular.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step? Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Look at me. Zipper.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield, we've run it every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Throwing to start the drive. Costello. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf. You ain't got nothing. Check three, check. Topper. Five.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
80 weapon. Ready.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Third and 7.
Mark 22.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Mark 22. Record.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. And now he's going to use his legs. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Go.
Looking to throw. Costello. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They go with Chubb on second down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Go, go.
I'm coming after you.
Yep.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Rock it.
Watch the screen. Whip. Watch the whip.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Costello. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. On first down, Costello. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The first carry for Josh Adams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. On third down, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And no pitch there, and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense, and they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey.
This is Gordon. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd and 5. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now Landry gets around him. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Go.
Back to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Hey, high 7.
He's back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Hey, box drop, box drop. Let's go. Let's beat Griffin. Let's Griffin.
They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
At the 32-yard line.
Let's go. 60 or.
Come on. I got it.
Five.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing two things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
So for Pittsburgh, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.